Hello everybody, my name is Brady. We are back with some more GeoGuessr. This should be a lot of fun. I found a really interesting set of maps. This one is called Where's That Mall? So with shopping malls in general, there is a lot of reading that can be done. It's all very commercial. I don't expect to see a lot of URLs that will give me what I need. Stuff made on Guam. That's an interesting bit here because that makes me want to go to Guam, but that doesn't necessarily mean this could just be a Guam themed place here. But like if I don't come up with anything, I got Guam to go to. So with malls, this is an interesting look for a mall. It's a lot of outdoor elements here, which is really cool. The malls that I have around where I live are primarily indoor. I think entirely indoor in all the cases. I can't think of an outdoor mall in my own state, but I don't know, maybe I'm not looking hard enough. I don't get out much. But what do we got here? See, we have Korean food. Is it more likely that we're in Korea because of Korean food? No, and we're still not very likely to be in Guam because there's something centered around Guam because it's a mall. So that makes it difficult. I feel it's more likely that this is Guam than Korea. Just a feeling. That could just be highlighting that the things are locally made. Oh, yeah. Now we have our second appearance of Guam's themed stuff. Guam. So, yeah, this one might actually... We've been encountering Guam more. Isn't that fun? The last time I played, I didn't do super well. Wait, was the last one the island one? Yeah, and we encountered Guam, and that was probably one of the easier ones. But overall, I could have done better. But let's find Guam. I always have a little bit of trouble finding it, like, in the middle of the ocean. So, where would we be? Let me zoom out a little bit and see what... Okay, so at this level of zoom, it highlights a few places. Temuning and Dedero. And I'd assume that if this is like a shopping district mall thing, we'd be in a slightly more condensed area with more stuff. See how the roads are a little bit more dense in like these little areas. So somewhere around there, I would assume it would have to be. But it's also Guam, and it's like really, really small. So, yeah, it's hard to be sure, but I feel all right about us being in Guam at this stage. 3 examples. There's example number 3. I am just continuing to affirm what I already believe at this stage. I think I need something a little bit more. What you guys doing? I have nothing. Is it okay to leave the mall? I suppose it is, though it kind of goes against the principle of things, but there might be some stuff leading up to where the mall is that could be very relevant. Guam mass transit. Okay, yeah, we know we're in Guam at this point. The only thing I don't know is like where in Guam and like how much that would end up making a difference in the big picture. Guam Live, yay! I don't know how much of a difference that would make in the bigger picture of things to narrow things down. Like, with how small it is, I must have near maximum points no matter where I put it in Guam. I like that bull cow statue thing. There's a funny local custom. I don't know if people say it elsewhere, actually. Sometimes when people are talking about a vague place off in the distance, they'll be like, out in Guam, which It's kind of dismissive of Guam, which is kind of lame, but it's just something I thought I'd point out. Like, I've definitely heard that more from like the older generation around where I am, or yeah, like the slightly older generation. They'd be like, oh, they live out in Guam, and they don't mean like literally out in Guam. They're just talking about like that's just some vague place a little bit far away. But I also live in the smallest state in the United States, so far away is not very far to us. Our concept of distance is totally effed up compared to bigger states. Tanu barbecue, yeah. All right, I guess we did as well as I could have done on this one. I don't know what else I would do. I don't know how to narrow it down. Okay. So, it was in one of, like, the bigger name places that were, like, highlighted from... Because you can tell how important a place is often by the level of zoom you have to be at to actually see its name show up. Sometimes that will indicate size, but often it can also indicate importance. Like, capitals will often show up first. So, yeah, that's not bad. I really like that location. I think the views were fun. It was very easy to pinpoint. I'll say that much. I think it's fun to visit Guam in this game. I love visiting the U.S. territories. It's interesting. Okay, this is a more recognizable format for a mall. This looks a little fancier than the malls I'm used to. All right. Marc Jacobs. Those are names that I know of. I'm the finest something of the world. We're Grand's Cruise Prestige. I don't know what that is. But I've so far seen a little bit of English. But Dior, Louis Vuitton, those don't really help me indicate the language around here. And I see an exit sign, but some signs are universal. Prada. Like, it's hard to base it off of the stores because commercialism is so often universal. Can we go up the escalator? Okay, come on. Can we? Oh man, that would be funny if we could. I was thinking about looking for like URLs because sometimes you'll get a dot whatever to indicate like if you're in the US it's .us at the end of like a URL sometimes, but like that seems to be less with commercial things. Like with stores they're more likely to be a .com, which is unfortunate for your boy. Patek Philippe? I don't know what that is. Is that a store or... It is. It's some sort of jewelry. Maybe if I could figure out what this mall is called. Maybe there's some sort of a label around somewhere. Or if I can find a store that looks distinctly local. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if you're gonna find a lot of that in like a big mall like this that clearly has like some of the finer things. Like they got a Louis Vuitton store and stuff, and Marc Jacobs and everything. That all seems like very relatively high class for me. They got doormen. They got men waiting at the doors. It's a nice place. They don't want the ruffians coming in and causing trouble. That's a statue. I've determined it. Oh, is this like a restaurant? A little restaurant within the mall? Huh, cool. It looks very something. I don't know. I don't have strong opinions on it. Yeah, this is not easy right now. I haven't even like looked at the people so much. Maybe I should. Got any I can't identify you here. Are we Asian? I can't tell. I can't really make out a lot of faces. This woman looks a little Asian, but it's hard to tell. I wish I was paying better attention to that when it was getting around. And even if she is Asian, I would need a larger sample size to determine whether or not we were in an Asian country. And yeah, the language that we're seeing around may not be exactly what we'd expect, but there are some outliers that may have a higher presence of English. I'm just, we're in Paris. I see it. We're in Paris. I think we are somewhere vaguely Asian. Or something. I don't know. This is hard. This is actually really hard. Like, all the faces are messed up. I understand that the faces get blurred or whatever, but this is, like, more blurred than usual. Usually it's, like, in a state where I can at least kind of make them out. What are we at? 122? Gourmet market and dining. Handmade in England. Okay. So we are not in England. That's all that gives me, really. I gotta go to the map, I guess. We've got to figure something out. So somewhere in, like, this general region of the world, I think. It could be slightly oceanic. What was it? Don't the Philippines have, like, a little bit of an English presence? No, I'm probably mixing that up with something else. Or maybe it was maybe I should, like, hedge my bets and, like, just pop myself somewhere in, like, the middle. I'm running out of time. Jesus. I'm gonna stick myself in Indonesia. It's pretty close to wherever I would put myself. I don't think it's right, but it's kind of central. Okay, Malaysia. Oh, I forgot about Malaysia. Yeah, okay. It's been a while since I've had the Malaysia problem. Oh, man. Yeah, I've had issues where it's like, okay, this feels vaguely Asian, but I'm seeing a lot of English. Ah, dang it. Every time. It always opens Google Maps. Google Earth, I guess, in that case. Singapore! Okay. We were in Singapore. Man, I felt like I was closer than we actually ended up being. I got, like, only 945 points, but, like, when you look at the grand scale of things, it looks like I'm pretty close, but, like, the standards are a little higher when it's, like, a worldwide thing. I think it gets a 3. I don't know what I got that would have actually given me anything to indicate that it was Malaysia. What do we got going on here? Oh, okay. Okay, this is our first real clue. Ooh, we got kind of Eastern European-ish, maybe? We're gonna pop ourselves in Moscow right now, though I don't think that's exactly it. It's kind of a fair bet. I feel like when I am in Eastern Europe, I end up in Russia more often than not. Like, and linguistically, to me, this looks like it could be Russian. There are some characters there I always end up mixing up. Wait, is that Russian or is that something else? I'll pop myself in Kiev, actually. I feel like it might be somewhere a little closer to this side. And Kiev feels like a good one. Like, I see a lot of the same characters here. This little this little X thing with a line in the middle of it. I can see that examples of that like over here. So language-wise, I feel like we're probably doing okay in Kiev. All right, let's take a look around. One thing I am just interested in is looking around foreign malls. I think that's kind of exciting. We got Starbucks coffee written in English. That's always interesting when I go to foreign countries and I see a presence of different languages. Some countries are more inclined to speak multiple languages than others, and some logos don't really, and signage doesn't really change when it goes overseas sometimes. There's all sorts of stuff there. It's really fascinating. Living in a primarily monolingual country. I mean, officially the United States doesn't have a set language, and we have a decent amount of Spanish speakers depending on where you're from. I'm from the Northeast. We don't have much variety in our language overall. Like, mostly English. We are New English. Mavi. Oh. Okay. Gonna have to go shopping in Kiev. That's probably not even where we are. I don't know. It just seems like a nice place. The signs remind me of an airport. Yeah, the mall that I go to is a bit on the smaller side. It's one floor. We got all the stuff that I'm interested in, but we do have another mall that's like 3 or 4 floors, which I go to every once in a while because I have to actually pay for parking at that one. So I'd rather not go there if I don't have something specific I'm looking for. So I don't really go to bigger malls very often. What do we got here? Really, this is just a lot of me just looking around at what this place has. What do we got on the second floor? Columbia Street Beat Sport, Fun Day, Barber Shop, Top Gun. Haven't seen that movie. I haven't heard anything besides indifference about that movie. But that's all I can think of when you say Top Gun. I don't even know what it's about. Costa Coffee? What the heck is that? Honestly, the logo looked familiar, and that's why I was like zooming in on it. But like that's a kind of generic format for a logo. .ru. Okay. Then I guess I've got nothing better. I've got nothing better. And if we are in Russia, I gotta pop myself in like a major city, especially if it's a mall. A mall, I'd imagine, would be in a major city. I'm gonna pop myself in Moscow. I could put myself in St. Petersburg. That's an option. Maybe I should do that. I always default to Moscow, but if I switch to St. Petersburg and it ends up being Moscow, I'm gonna be pissed. So I'm gonna stick with Moscow and just hope that I get a decent amount of points out of this. Which would be ideal. Yeah. This is fun. This is really fun. Man, we got a lot of yellow banners here. I don't know. It's not the most welcoming color. Who is that? Who is that? What are you advertising? Oh, yeah, we are in not just Russia, but in Moscow. We were very close. I'll take it. Taking it. I'm taking all the points. I liked it. All the check marks. Let's keep giving me easy ones. Jeez, because I need them after some of my previous failures. Okay. This mall seems to have an outdoor element to it, at least partially outdoor, which is interesting. Kind of like an openness to it. Swarovski Power Collection. Okay, Swarovski gives me a certain feeling, but that's just a store. So, I don't know. This lady appears to have a tattoo. So they do tattoos here. That doesn't narrow it down much, but there are a lot of places where tattoos are less socially acceptable, less common, but I wouldn't expect to land in any of those anyway very often. Like, it's more likely I'd be somewhere where tattoos are just like whatever than not. Especially these days. It's getting easier for us tattooed types. It all started when I started seeing those tattooed and employed t-shirts. You go to a respectable establishment and we got just somebody with a bunch of tattoos wearing a t-shirt that says tattooed and employed, as if somehow that gives the company points for employing somebody who has ink in their skin. I don't know what's up with it, but you know, if it makes it easier to get a job and have tattoos, I'm down with it. Oh, what do we have here? It's not letting me like skip ahead. I have to keep going one space at a time. I see what appears to be a kind of, I was gonna say a government building, but now I'm not sure. That, it's got a cross at the top of it. So, okay. Got any clues over here, guys? No, come on. Let me, can I go this way? Man, this is all wonky. Escalator under maintenance. So the English seems to be the present language. UK, that's what it is. What is that? That's an important landmark, isn't it? Yeah, I'm getting vibes here. That this is important. I guess if we are in the UK, I'll be safe and pop myself in London. Relatively dense, populous place, a very likely place for me to find a mall of some kind. I'm going to return to the start and keep looking around. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. I'll just, I guess, take a different direction. It's so wonky. It feels like I'm skipping steps. Sometimes you'll find that with a lot of the user... and I'm back over here. What is going on? Can I go down the stairs? No, I can't. Mango. I've been seeing mango a lot. You see this? I'm trying to go like a certain direction and it feels like it's pulling me back. And the transition's a little funky. It's like moving me up, but then I'm suddenly forward, so that it's a little jarring, the way that this one is done. Can't imagine, in the grand scheme of things, I'm too far off already. I just don't know if I'd be able to even determine a closer location than I am right now. I've noticed that a lot of malls don't seem to have signs for what mall you're in very often. Like, on the inside. I don't know if that's just something I'm not finding in these particular examples. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel alright about where I am. Like, this general area, it's very population dense. It feels like a place somebody would go to shop. London is, like, old as dirt in the grand scheme of things, and has generally is generally pretty dense. People look rather diverse. Maybe I'm not sure. Man, getting around is hard in this one. Can it just be done? What the hell? Dumbledore. Somebody's reading the Daily Prophet from Harry Potter. Oh, it's a bag. It's a bag with the newspaper from Harry Potter printed on it. Oh, that's funny. That's a fun find. Yeah, I gave up on trying to figure this out a while ago, so I guess we'll see where we are. Oh, right across the way. I think I just hit my minimum point threshold. Yeah, we passed 15,000, so I could bomb this one and I'd be pretty happy with it. Okay, this is what I was hoping for. Something that looked like a mall, but was a little different. Somewhere slightly eastern, at least. How east is the question. Mahandi, nail art. So slightly eastern. I see a little bit of English around. But I'm also seeing some other stuff. Could be some form of Middle Eastern. Let's take a look. Like, I want to compare languages. I was going in for Iran, but the language doesn't seem to check out. Right now I'm using this right over here as comparison. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be right. I don't think we're in Egypt. I think we're a little bit more east than that. Oh, this could easily be India. That would explain the presence of English. I don't know where in India would be ideal to go. Maybe I should pop myself right in the middle to be safe until I've tried to break it down a little bit more. But I feel pretty confident in India. There's some signs here. There's some stuff in the writing. There's some stuff in the names of some places. Like I'm seeing, if it's not India, it's very likely very close. And we got shopkkr.in, so we are almost certainly in India. The clothing's really cool. I like the vibe in here. It's a very warm look that they have here, especially with like the colors they have on the walls. It's very warm, tonally, not physically. That's just me feeling warm. What do we got? Salt Lake. City Center, Salt Lake. Salt Lake City. I've been wanting to see the Book of Mormon recently. I've been listening to the soundtrack. They're going back on Broadway recently. Oh, okay. I want juice. I don't know. I guess I should make a more specific call as to where I want to put myself. I'll put myself in New Delhi. Delhi? I just realized I haven't had to say it out loud. I feel like there's so many words I've discovered on this channel that I've seen a million times, but I didn't have to say out loud ever before I was on camera doing it. And that makes me just look like a doofus. And I am a doofus. But, you look like even more of a doofus when you, mispronounce things all the time. Man, there's a lot to look at here. City Center. next to... I don't know if any of this is going to help me or not. I don't know. It's a lot to look through. Hoping for something a little bit more overt, but I don't know. Do we have Man, we got a lot of advertisements. I would kill for this and some other maps to have like this much to work with. But right now, I can't go any further. I want to be able to see some of this stuff a little closer, but I can't go any further. Oh, man. Can't go down here? Have I gone down here? This looks familiar. I think I may have already been down here. I'm gonna keep moving. Yep, this is where I started. I'm back where I started. I guess I'll go the other way now. I got another minute, so why not? I love the vegetation that they just have randomly around. Like a lot of the plants that I will... like malls have plants. That seems to be a very common theme. A lot of the... I don't know about the plants at my local mall. I think they're real, but they look fake. I don't know what it is. Cookie jar. I don't know what they have there, but I want to go. I hope it's cookies. Oh man, I could have just gone like a couple spaces over in this direction instead of circling around the mall like I did in the first round. I would have had India like real quick. Either way, I think I would have guessed India regardless the second I started seeing any language that wasn't English, because it does look pretty Indian. Oh man, okay. Calcutta. Okay, so right country, very far within that country, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, I thought that was a fun location. I thought that was a really fun one to look at. The images were fun. It was relatively easy to pinpoint. Not the main area, but the country was easy to pinpoint. So let's do our game breakdown. Let's see how we did. I love it when it looks like this, when the all these little line things don't have to go across like the entire world. They don't have to cross oceans or whatever. That's always a way of looking bad. This, oh, there we go. If you frame it like this, it looks really bad for me. But if you frame it like this, it looks alright for me. Alright, so I might play this map again sometime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back with some more GeoGuessr in the near future. Alright.